This comic is rated R for nudity and violence, just like I like it.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl. The aspiring angel takes on a wicked teenage witch in this action-packed, all-new Esteemed series adventure. Pick up your copy of Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers today.
Before I get into this review of Hell Her Way, I wanted to let everyone know that the books of the SJS Direct 2025 catalog are now available on Amazon.com. And right now, you can pick up John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side, an action-packed adventure where John Haynes just takes on an agent from the CIA from the Black Way, and you can pick up Esteemed Season of the Witch Girl, where the aspiring angel has to take on a wicked teenage witch. And you can also pick up Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer, the story of Spinsterella in the new millennium as she enters the world of goth modeling. And all of those books are available on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And you can also find them at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. Now, I'm currently working on the books of the SJS Direct 2026 catalog, and those books include Isis Runway of Doom, John Haynes An Offer He Can't Refuse, and Esteem, A New Woman. And those books now are in the middle of page layouts in the second draft and are almost about to be ready for publication next year. And I've contacted the artist I wanted to work with on the covers because for all of my books, like I've shown you right here, I go out here and hire comic artists like Des Taylor and Bill Walko and Mike Williams to do the art for my covers, and that's something that I do because I want to keep people in the industry working, and I want to help out in any way that I can. And one of the things that I do is do these review videos so that many comic creators can get their books seen by more people and possibly be able to get more people buying their books whenever they do a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo or have their books featured at a convention or a local comic shop. Now, this book, Hell Her Way, was given to me by a viewer for my 52nd birthday. This viewer oftentimes gives me a whole bunch of comics for my birthday ever since I turned 50 years old, and I'm really grateful for her giving me these books. And I really liked this book, Hell Her Way, even though it follows a Satan that I don't read in the Bible, because the Satan that I've read in the Bible, Jesus said that he was a man. But this viewer, this reader, basically not reader, this creator basically wanted to present a version of Satan based on the theories that have been presented as related to Satan being a woman. This was a theory that a viewer wanted to present to me in a book, but I just could not review that book because of my Christian beliefs. But this book, again, was given to me, and I had already read it, so I'm doing the review video of this book because it was already given to me before anything. So I had to refund the money on one viewer's request to read their book on a female Satan, but this book basically was one that, well, again, was given to me. So, and I had read it, and it was quite interesting as related to its premise. And when I looked at this premise, it really reminded me a lot of my Esteem series, but more of the time of Esteem's time as a demon. Because in the Esteem series, Esteem is this former demon who gave her life to Christ, and as she's been giving her life to Christ, she's been growing in the Word, and that's the whole premise of the Esteem series. But Hell Her Way wants to go another way in showing us this female Satan. Now, this female Satan series, Hell Her Way, really reminds me a lot of the show Sex and the City, and it feels more like Carrie Bradshaw going to hell and dealing with the reality of a world where things are not really going her way the way she expected. Now, this book is very graphic, and I really can't show much of this book. Again, it's really rated R, but writer Tim Dest does a great job with the premise, and Carl Salveo does a fantastic job on the art. The art is really incredible, and the colors of Galaxif really pop, and the letters really work together. And this comic starts out with a strong splash page showing us Satan in her robe, basically, again, with Hel not really going her way. And again, as she's sitting there with her minions, they're telling her about how things are going inside of the realm of darkness, and things ain't really going her way. And since they're not going her way, she basically isn't very happy. Now, I really can't show much outside of the first 3 pages, but she's not really satisfied with her life, and again, not satisfied at all. And again, can't show too much of this book because there's a lot of nudity in this book and a lot of adult content. Now, there's a scene of her running into this archangel who basically tells her how things are going to go. But we really get a chance of seeing what she really wants. What she wants to do is get rid of these horns. But the archangel tells her, hey, it's either God's way or no way. But she's still thinking she can go her own way, like many feminists want to do. And she basically, the whole premise is she's trying to have this reality of Hel her way and have things go her way. But things really don't go her way in this story again, and that's the whole premise of this comic. Now, this was a good, really strong first issue, in introducing the main character, introducing the premise, and introducing the story, and showing us who the main character was, what they wanted, and why we should care. A really good, interesting premise all around as related to this idea of this female Satan who wants to, again, have her way, but really runs into a whole lot of obstacles as related to it, and that's what makes life hell for her. This is what's really done in this premise to make this comic, again, a really good, compelling comic. And they have up to other issues coming out right now. They just got through doing a Kickstarter, and this, if you're into this type of comic, this comic has a really good story, really good character development, and good action all around. So it's not a terrible comic in any way, shape, or form, and you get to see some, again, really interesting, really great art. I mean, the art here is absolutely fantastic. So Hel Her Way basically was one of those comics I wasn't expecting to like, but basically the premise really is solid, the character development is solid, the plotting is solid all around, and we have this female Satan basically in a world of misery that she created for herself. Now, in my world, Lucifer basically sounds and looks like Keith David, but this creator wanted to do this female Satan. But it is a fun book all around. It's one that I say that you could go out here and have a good time with. And if you want to pick up this book, I think they're still having the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter's over right now, but you can still pick it up possibly on the back side of it as related to things, or find some back issues. But this book, basically, where Hel is not going her way, is a lot of fun. And again, you will really enjoy this book, and you'll enjoy the overall story all around it. Now, again, if you want to pick up my first full comic, John Haynes at Death's Door, you can find that comic on Lulu.com in paperback for the same price as it was in the 2020 Kickstarter. And if you want to check out my comic featuring my female demon, Esteem, you can find her comic, Esteem No Good Deed, on Kindle for just 99 cents. And you can also check out Esteem stories in Esteem Season of The Witch Girl on Amazon.com right now, and check out all the books in the Esteem series. And you can find Esteem featured in books like John Haynes' A Thorn in My Side, and books like those in the ISIS series. And if you, again, want to pick up any of the books in the SJS Direct universe, you can find those books on Amazon.com. in paperback and Kindle format. And you can also find it at other online booksellers like Draft Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you want to help me to be able to continue reviewing more great comics, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App so I can continue supporting great independent comic creators and getting their comics a chance to be seen on my channel and be reviewed on my channel. I do this because I really love comics. I mean, you'll have many comic channels out here, and again, they'll complain about comics, but for me, I don't want to sit here and complain about comics. No, I want to share great comics with you and share those great comics with you and teach lessons from comics to teach you how to be a better comic creator. I really want to, again, go out here and get these comics in the hands of readers so that they can find great comics out here, because you hear from many out here saying, oh, Marvel and DC comics are garbage, but there are so many great comics like Hell Her Way out here that really do need to be seen and checked out, and those creators do need some respect, and that's one of the things I try to do on this channel. The guys here at Saltara Comics have done a fantastic job on this book, and I'm hoping that this video will help it get more readers. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. Now available on Lulu, John Haynes at Death's Door. The man who rules the world takes on the Greek god of death in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes comic book. Get your copy of the first John Haynes comic at lulu.com today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer. Take a trip into the macabre world of goth modeling in the new millennium in this spooktacular Spinsterella story. Pick up your copy of Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.